Hey guys, welcome back, hope you're all well. So today we're going to be talking about Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens, which I saw earlier today and I want to give you my impressions of. So this is going to be a full-on spoiler video. I'm going to talk about the characters, the story, and the only thing I won't talk about is one particular spoiler which you may or may not know. If you don't, great, and if you do choose to watch this video, you won't be having a massive spoiler, because I refuse to talk about that. It's not fair on anybody that does choose to watch this video. Having said that, as I say, there are spoilers in this video, so if you don't know anything about the film whatsoever before you see it, I'd recommend just putting this in your watch list, coming back when you've watched the film, and then you can see what I think of the movie and let me know what you thought of it as well. So, I previously watched the 3 original movies, Star Wars, Empire and Jedi, last week, which I posted a video about a couple of days ago. So you can just click here and see that if you haven't already. And if you're on a mobile device, you won't see that link. So just go down to the description of this video and you'll get a link down there. So yeah, I really enjoyed those films, and so I get full impressions in that previous video. And I went back and watched them just because I really wanted to see Episode 7 and I wanted to get a little bit of backstory. So I kind of had an idea of the previous older characters, you know, like Luke and Han Solo and Leia, and to understand what it was all about really, because I've never been able to get into Star Wars. As I said in the previous video, I was always a Star Trek guy. I grew up on Star Trek with my dad, so Star Wars was never something that I watched in my household. So having said that, love the 3 original movies. Went to see Episode 7 today, and this is what I think of it. So first of all, we'll go through the new cast. So first up, we got Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac, who's a rebel pilot. Initially, he's kidnapped by Kylo Ren at the beginning of the movie. He's then subsequently rescued by Finn, played by John Boyega, who's a stormtrooper with a conscience, and they crash land on a planet. When they crash land, Poe disappears and then comes back later in the movie. You don't know where he's gone, he just appears later on and you find out where he went, and he's in a battle sequence which was excellent. And then Finn, when they crash land, Finn manages to come away from the crash without any major injuries, meets up with Rey, and then the story starts. So yeah, basically Poe is a plot device at the beginning of the movie in order to get Finn off the evil side and to show that he has a conscience and that he wants to change, and that way he's got Poe the pilot to get him off the ship using a TIE fighter. That's essentially what Poe's there for at the beginning of the movie. I thought the character was okay, he was decent. The most impressive thing for me was the brotherly relationship between Poe and Finn. I thought that Oscar Isaac and John Boyega really did a good job of portraying that. The chemistry was really solid between them. So yeah, overall, great. I like Poe, decent character. As for John Boyega's portrayal of Finn, I thought he was excellent. One of the best actors in the film, and I thought whether it be comedic, dramatic, action, whatever he was doing, he did it really well. And he's a really solid actor. You know, I've only seen him in one film, and that was Attack the Block, which I thought was great. And I thought he did an excellent job playing Finn, and definitely one of my favourite actors and one of my favourite characters in the movie. Yeah, absolutely superb. Next up, we've got Rey, played by Daisy Ridley, and this is her first ever movie, which is phenomenal because she's easily the best actress in the whole film, and Rey's my favourite character. Really strong woman, and she absolutely kicks some ass. And I really enjoyed watching the film, and I enjoyed Daisy Ridley's portrayal of Rey. Rey essentially in this film is Luke Skywalker in A New Hope. So she's finding out that she can summon the Force. She needs to know how to control the Force, when to use it, when not to use it, how to use it. And there are certain key moments in the film, like there's a section where she's caught and she's strapped down and she uses the Force to tell a stormtrooper to set her free. But of course it's not as simple as just telling him like Obi-Wan does in A New Hope. She has to try several times to get it right and to try and master the Force, which I thought was a really good moment. I just thought she was excellent. I mean, she has a good fight sequence at the beginning with her staff. She has a great relationship with BB-8, the new droid, as does Flynn. I thought she was absolutely excellent. I really, really like Daisy Ridley a lot, and I love the character of Rey. She's definitely my favourite character in the film. Then, as I say, you have BB-8, which is the new droid. So in the previous films, I didn't like R2-D2 all that much. He looks cool, but I just found him a little bit irritating. I much preferred C-3PO. But in this film, I thought BB-8 was excellent. Not only does the character look great, but the way that the character emotes, the way that they did the emotions in this character is amazing, because it really makes you care about the character. It makes you laugh with the character. There's a little thumbs up moment, which was brilliant. It made everybody laugh in the theatre. I just really enjoyed it, and I loved the interaction between BB-8, Rey and Finn. Because of BB-8 being practical and not CG as well, it made it so much more believable, and it was absolutely fantastic. One of the greatest droid characters so far in the Star Wars universe. I was very impressed with BB-8. So next up we have the villain, which is Kylo Ren. And Kylo Ren for me was fantastic, absolutely excellent villain, really strong, really intimidating. The voice was excellent. I really liked the voice changer. I thought it worked exceptionally well, and he really did command the screen when he was on screen. And he's played by Adam Driver, who did an absolutely exceptional job, I think. And the little moments that I really like is when he loses his shit like a petulant child and just pulls his lightsaber and smashes this wall up. It's a fantastic moment, and there's another moment where he also goes crazy as well, and you just see him unleash the anger inside, and I thought that was brilliant, absolutely fantastic. After that, we also have a couple of CG characters. One is Snoke, who's the Supreme Leader, so basically like the Emperor in Jedi, but not as good. And to me, it was okay. I didn't like the character, I didn't dislike the character, it is what it is. Kylo Ren has a bit of a chat with him now and again, and you know, the usual thing. But to me, it looked like an 80-foot Voldemort from Harry Potter. It didn't really do a lot for me at all. CG was alright. I just don't know why they didn't make it a human character. I don't know why they had to make it such a massive, huge, tall CG character. It's kind of pointless to me, but yeah, whatever. Minor thing. And the other CG character is Maz Kanata, played by Lupita Nyong'o. And yeah, I thought she did a great job. I'll be honest, again, I don't know if it's because the CG characters or what it is, but the character didn't really impress me that much. I was more impressed with the CG on her face and her eyes and the emotions. I thought that was really cool. But yeah, the character was okay. It was just there to serve a point, to tell Rey something that was important, and that was it, really. So that really didn't do a lot for me. So yeah, that's the main new cast, and I thought, besides the CG characters, all of the actual human actors did a fantastic job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens with their characters going forward in the future episodes, you know, when episode 8 comes in 2017 and onwards. As for the older cast, obviously you've got Han Solo comes back, Chewie comes back, Leia comes back, and a nice surprise for me was that C-3PO and R2-D2 come back, especially C-3PO, because as I say, I'm not a fan of R2-D2. And I didn't know they were coming back into it, and I was really happy when C-3PO popped up. He's not only all that much, but the moments he's in there were just absolutely brilliant. And when he popped up, I was visibly, if the lights had been on, you would have seen how excited I was. And that's the thing with this film, I was smiling from beginning to end. I was just really happy watching the whole movie. It was great. And yeah, I thought Han Solo and Chewie were absolutely brilliant. We could really see that Harrison Ford relished this opportunity to bring Han Solo back, because it just looked like he was having fun. There was loads of banter between him and Chewie throughout the film, some really great lines, and it was just a lot of fun. You could just see he was enjoying himself, and I thought that was brilliant. It was really nice to watch, and I thought Harrison did an absolutely exceptional job, and Chewie was Chewie. I mean, Chewie's just great, and you can't go wrong. He doesn't do a lot, he doesn't say a lot, but it's just cool, and you just fall in love with Chewie. I did in the originals, and I did again in The Force Awakens. I thought he was absolutely fantastic. As for Leia, she's now a general. She only has a couple of scenes, but again, I thought she did fine. I thought, Carrie Fisher was, for me, the best actress in the originals. I really liked her in that. I thought she did a fine job with what she was given in this movie. She didn't really have a lot to do, but yeah, did a fine job. I was quite happy with the way she was handled. And I think with the original characters as well, I like that the script was written in a way that it wasn't forced. They weren't just thrown in there just for the sake of it to, nudge, nudge, wink, wink, look. Do you remember these characters? They were actually integral to the plot, which I thought was great. And especially Han Solo and Chewie, as I say, they get most of the airtime, and they were absolutely fantastic. Really, really good. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed the casting. Now, in terms of the actual film itself, there were a couple of scenes that I wanted to talk about that I thought were great. I mean, there's so many good scenes. I'll be honest, the film from beginning to end is superb. It really is. But one scene that I really enjoyed, there's a big massive battle going on, and this is the first time, just to set this up as well, and I'm sure you'll notice it's a spoiler video, so you've probably seen the film. But if anyone who's watching this and hasn't seen the film, earlier in the film, when Maz Kanata is met in a pub, who's a friend of Han Solo's, Rey goes down into a basement, and she finds a big casket, and in the casket there's Luke Skywalker's lightsaber, which when she holds it gives her a vision. Now that lightsaber is then given to Finn, and in this battle sequence that I enjoyed, it's all kicking off, and there's just stuff blowing up everywhere, and stormtroopers getting shot and all kinds of stuff. And Finn's got the lightsaber. It's the first time he pulls the lightsaber out and tries to use it. And he's fighting the best he can. and a stormtrooper comes along who recognises him as a traitor, and he calls him out on the battlefield. And it's just this really cool moment where this stormtrooper pulls out this weapon. I don't know what it is, this melee weapon. It just looked absolutely awesome. I literally audibly went, whoa. So I don't know if the bloke next to me or my dad heard it, but I was just like, that was awesome. It was just, I don't know what it is, it's just such a massive melee weapon, and it just looked really cool. And I thought, oh, Finn's going to get dominated. It was brilliant. Other than that, the other sequence I really enjoyed would be, and probably most people's favourite, is the lightsaber fight at the end in the forest, which begins with Finn versus Kylo Ren and rapidly becomes Rey versus Kylo Ren, and you get to see Rey start to really harness the Force. I thought that was excellent, beautifully shot, you know, well acted, a lot of fun. I do like Kylo Ren's lightsaber, although I do prefer the traditional lightsabers. I'm still not 100% certain about the freeway, but it looks cool. I just prefer the originals. But yeah, those were two scenes that really stood out for me. There were a lot of great scenes, some really great battle sequences in the film, some really nice dramatic moments. Just, yeah, everything, the whole film was spectacular. So yeah, the only other thing I would say, I have two questions for you guys. One, because I'm not entirely sure, because I've only watched the original 3 and that was a couple of days ago, and now I've watched episode 7. I haven't watched any of the prequels, which wouldn't be relevant, because the question I have is about Luke's lightsaber. In episode 7, which is obviously continuing on from episode 6, Return of the Jedi, Luke's lightsaber is blue, yet in episode 6 it's green. And I was expecting when Finn turned it on for it to be green, and I was really pissed off actually. I was gutted that it wasn't green, because that's what I was expecting. I thought, oh, it's Luke's lightsaber, brilliant, the awesome green one. But no, it's blue. So if anyone can explain to me, if you know why it was blue, please tell me in the comments below. I'd love to know the reason for that, if there is one. And the other question I had was, at the end of the film, was Luke Skywalker appears, and I noticed that Luke's hand that he had severed by Vader in New Hope, it had no flesh on it, it was just robotic. So I want to know, I mean, hopefully we'll find out more in episode 8 or even episode 9. I hope to God it's episode 8. But I want to know where Luke's been, obviously what happened to him, why he went away, and what happened to his hand. You know, that was a lingering thought after the movie finished. But yeah, to sum it up really, I thought the movie was absolutely brilliant. I loved it to bits. I thought it was fun, it was thoroughly entertaining. I didn't get bored at all. The pacing was absolutely superb. The John Williams score is spectacular. You know, I mean, I haven't got no nostalgia for the original movies, but just hearing those individual Star Wars themes was just like, damn, it really does just get you there and gives you the fuzzy feeling, and I love that. And even the initial opening sequence with the crawl and the Star Wars soundtrack, it was just brilliant. To hear that blasting out in a cinema, nothing like it, mate. It was epic. I would give anything, I'd give my right arm to be able to go see the original trilogy at the cinema. I would love that to happen one day. If they had a special screen, I'd definitely go and watch a 6-hour screening. That'd be fantastic. But yeah, overall, great pacing, brilliant score, beautifully shot, excellent new cast, brilliant use of the original cast, and great story, and a lot of fun. It was just a really exhilarating, fun film, and I came out of it buzzing, and I wanted to go straight back in and watch it again. I didn't actually want the film to end when it ended. I wanted another hour of film to watch. So, I mean, you know, if you are somebody who's watching this who's not so fussed about spoilers, I haven't spoiled one particular plot point because I don't want to, because it's so essential to the movie that it would ruin it for you. So if you have watched this and you've not seen the film yet, go see it. It's fantastic, you'll love it. It's a lot of fun. You don't need to have seen Star Wars, it just helps because obviously there are little nods, like when they're in the Millennium Falcon and Chewie and Han Solo turn up and Rey and Finn decide to hide under the floor, like in New Hope, which I thought was really cool. And there's other little nods which I probably missed, but I know they're a little thing. The only thing I would say as well is the planets. The only one I knew was Jakku, which was the planet that Rey comes from. I don't know if they named the other planets. I must have missed it, or I'm not too sure. But like the last planet looks like Hoth, which I thought was cool because I love Hoth. One of my favourites, you know, Hoth and Endor are my two favourite planets. But yeah, I don't know about that. I'll probably, when I watch it the second time, I'll notice more detail. But yeah, overall, big thumbs up. Absolutely love Star Wars Episode 7, The Force Awakens. I thought J.J. Abrams did an incredible job on this movie. It felt like Star Wars. It had the original Star Wars transitions with the wipes, which I absolutely loved. The killer soundtrack, the score was incredible, the cast was incredible, the story was incredible, the action was incredible. You know, the emotional moments were incredible, the comedy was brilliant, BB-8 was awesome, Rey was awesome, Finn was awesome, just everything. The film was just absolutely brilliant. And I was really, really impressed, because I never thought I would become a fan of Star Wars, but I am now a fan of Star Wars, and I'm glad I am, because I loved it. So yeah, let me know guys what you thought of Force Awakens down below in the comments. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts on the things you liked and the things you disliked, and any niggles you might have had, and just let me know your thoughts down below. So thank you very much for watching guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you thought of it down below as well, and I'll see you in the next video.